Look, I'm not pissed to the point where I'm annoyed and I'm going to call people out their names, or especially people that I love, like the person I'm about to talk about in a few minutes. She struggled with physical defense she's faced at the professional level and voiced frustration with the league's officiating, recently telling reporters, quote, "I feel like I'm getting hammered and everybody is physical with me, and opponents get away with things that other people don't get away with." That's what Caitlin Clark...
Demanding Cheryl Swoops be fired to protect Caitlin Clark. But what's really fueling his outrage? It's a showdown between the league's old guard and its rising stars.
You got people in a room.
Yeah.
Like, if you got a bunch of dudes in a room and says, "Let's fuck up the WNBA," we couldn't have came up a master plan with these women.
Can you believe how wild this is getting? Barkley's clearly aiming right at Cheryl Swoops.
Girl is incredible. What she did in college for women's basketball, what she's doing in the WNBA.
She turned the Fever were 1-8. They have a winning record now.
But the number of attention, eyeballs she's brought to college and the pros, and for these women to have this petty jealousness.
I totally agree. The WNBA is at a critical turning point and needs to act fast. On one side, you've got legends like Swoops who built the league, and on the other, rising stars like Clark, drawing fresh energy in fans. Here's the catch. If the WNBA doesn't handle this right,
yourself, damn, what is going on here? And
well, you got accused of that stuff too, with the older players being resentful of the new generation. It's kind of part of the basketball process. Everybody thinks their generation's the best.
No. Anytime we say something about guys, it ain't the old get off my lawn guy.
Yeah.
But the stuff toward her is petty and jealous.
Fans, sponsors, and even the next wave of players. Time's running out, and the entire basketball world is watching Caitlin Clark's next move.
And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. And now, when I watch her, two things I like. She's playing much faster.
Yeah.
Much faster. She was playing too slow the first half of the season.
I think she was tired. I think she was banged up from the college season.
They didn't even give her the understanding, like, you girls been worded for the WNBA season. Y'all been working out on the nose. She came straight out of college. You had to go right to the WNBA like 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, while the WNBA scrambles, Caitlin Clark isn't sitting still. She's rewriting the game and dropping jaws. That 1-18 record. Clark didn't just turn it around. She flipped the script. So, what's her secret? And why are some WNBA veterans getting nervous?
The Fever, good ball movement on this possession. Low.
The goods here. Apparently, all the accolades that Caitlin Clark is receiving is because she's white, and the jealous players who are attacking her are really the real victims here.
You know, when she's in college, she's not passing to a bunch of great players. Now you can see when she plays, she's playing a lot without the ball. She reminds me a lot of Jason Kidd.
Let's talk numbers. Clark's stats are unreal. Averaging 25 points per game, she's not just impressive, she's in Rookie of the Year territory. But here's the kicker. She's doing more than just...
This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon. And if I said to any of these people who think Caitlin Clark is not the Rookie of the Year, I'd say, who would you want to start your franchise with? Now, I'm not going to put Asia Wilson in there. I'm just saying between these two. Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball.
You might think, sure, rookies have hot starts, but Clark's different. She's not just racking up stats, she's winning. That 1-18 record, old news. Clark has sparked a winning streak, and the whole league is buzzing. It's not just the wins.
He has 7 straight with 20 or more. That is a franchise record. Clark regularly seeing 2 there in the backcourt, and that is Indiana's 10th turnover here. Clark being watched by Nurse. Clark on the drive. Clark hangs and banks it home.
Look at the game against the Chicago Sky. Clark didn't just play well. She exploded for a career-high 31 points. Imagine being a WNBA vet watching this rookie drop 31 on you like it's nothing. That kind of performance changes everything. It's not just about talent anymore. It's pure impact.
These ladies, who I love and respect their game, they couldn't have fucked this thing up any worse. Because we have talked, and talking about Asia Wills, the best woman player in the world right now. She's incredible. Connecticut Suns having a great year. The Minnesota Lynx is having a great year. But there's been so much negativity, and a lot of it is just petty jealousness.
Speaking of impact, let's talk about what Clark's doing for the WNBA. She's not just winning games, she's driving ticket sales and boosting TV ratings. Suddenly, women's basketball is the hottest topic. Even Charles Barkley chimed in, saying the league couldn't have messed up the Caitlin Clark situation worse if they tried. What she's doing in the WNBA is nothing short of amazing.
And I love the way and I'll tell you what really good happened to her, not making the Olympic team.
Totally agree. Well, it also gave her a break.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
Giving her that time off has given her a chance to recharge her batteries. So it ended up, she probably did deserve to make the Olympic team on merit, but her getting that time off probably was the best thing happened to her.
Well, the other thing that happened, her teammates, you could see like a little osmosis. You watch that team now and they're pretty unselfish to watch. Like they're making extra passes, and it's the kind of stuff that happens when you're playing with a great player.
But here's the catch. Not everyone's excited about Clark's rise. Some WNBA vets are feeling the pressure, seeing this rookie come in and shake up the game. It's making them nervous because Clark isn't just talented, she's adaptable. Barkley pointed out that her speed and trust in her teammates are key to her success. She's not just skilled, she's incredibly sharp.
Cheryl Swoops, take notes. You ain't playing no more. You're a Hall of Famer and a champion and a basketball savant. You know good and damn well you had no business talking about the Indiana Fever without mentioning Caitlin Clark. Come on, Cheryl Swoops. Come on.
So what does this mean for the WNBA? It's simple. Clark is revolutionizing the game, both on and off the court. She's drawing new fans, raising the level of play, and pushing everyone to step up their game. But with this kind of change comes resistance, and that's where the drama kicks in.
It's here. Apparently, all the accolades that Caitlin Clark is receiving is because she's white, and the jealous players who are attacking her are really the real victims, yeah?
The drama's heating up, and it's not just on the court. Remember Cheryl Swoops, the WNBA icon? She's causing a stir, but it's not about her gameplay. What did she say about Caitlin Clark that got Charles Barkley so riled up?
But if you're going to break a record, this isn't just for Caitlin, but you asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record,
just so you know, this is 100% about Caitlin.
If it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year, and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record? I don't know.
You think exactly how
I don't think so, but yeah, that'll go in the record books as Caitlin Clark is the all-time, whatever it is. I don't even know what the number is, but that's the way it'll be.
Swoops didn't hold back when she critiqued Clark. She accused the rookie of hogging the spotlight and even questioned her legitimacy as a young star. Can you believe it? A WNBA legend challenging the new face of the league. Swoops went so far as to say Clark wasn't legitimate because she's in her 5th year of play. That's a tough blow for someone who's drawing so much attention to the league.
It's kind of settled down. Now, see, the angry OGs of the WNBA have nowhere to turn. Sports don't want to see other women in sports succeed. And I started thinking about what my wife said, and she gave me examples, and boy, was she right. Cheryl Swoops is still hanging on. Still hanging on. I mean, the nasty one is still there. Why do I call her the nasty one? Well, because she was so nasty, according to everybody that I know, and I know a lot of people in the Chicago area, when she was coaching at Loyola. And she got fired for being nasty.
Here's where it gets wild. Charles Barkley, the NBA legend, has stepped in. He's not just disagreeing with Swoops, he's calling for her to be removed from broadcasts. Barkley argues that Swoops' criticism is damaging both her own reputation and the future of the league. He insists that jealousy shouldn't undermine a player like Clark, who's bringing a fresh spotlight to the WNBA.
The treadmill, and I called her as a friend. And I said, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you just get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you for your opinion. And, you might like Boston. I might like the Yankees. It's okay to have difference of opinions. Well, she got upset with me on the phone, and I was like, Cheryl, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing. We're talking. And so our relationship, it pretty much is not happening at this point. I tried to talk to her at the Final Four. Right. She didn't want to talk to me. My life's going to be good or great with or without Cheryl Swoops in my life. I'd rather have her in it.
You might be asking, is this just sour grapes? Well, the WNBA and Nancy Lieberman seem to agree with Barkley. They've pulled Swoops from the broadcast for the Fever's game against the Dallas Wings. Why the concern about her bias against Clark? It's significant. The league is essentially saying they don't trust one of their legends to be impartial when discussing their new star.
What I do know didn't happen was a phone call from her. Nancy Lieberman decided she was going to be upset.
One thing about women, they will sever a relationship quick behind anything, behind any disagreement. Now, me and you, we can agree to disagree,
And we gonna do the show,
and we gonna be straight. But the fact that the relationship was severed because there was a difference in opinion.
Barkley attributes it to petty jealousy. He sees it as Swoops feeling threatened by Clark's instant success and the buzz she's generating around the WNBA. Swoops appears to be rattled by the rookie's impact on the league.
Has to be Cheryl Swoops saying something about Caitlin Clark that's not factual.
Ocho.
And not wanting to take accountability as well, I'm assuming. Huh?
And I don't get. See, this is what I'm having a hard time with.
Where it gets really interesting is the WNBA's choice to replace Swoops with Ron Thorne and Nancy Lieberman for the broadcast. This move is a clear message. They're not just protecting Clark, they're securing the league's future. Think about it. If you're a young player seeing this, what message does it send if the league lets its legends badmouth the new generation?
Clark gravy train. The league removed Grumpy from the broadcast of Sunday's Indiana-Dallas game. Swoops is so filled with jealousy, she can't be trusted to call Clark's games in a fair manner. Nancy Lieberman replaced Swoops and immediately called BS on the contrived Clark-Reese rookie battle. Because she can't be trusted to call Caitlin Clark games correctly or fairly, they basically pulled her off the game for racism. You're too much of a bigot to call Caitlin Clark games. We're pulling you off the game. What is this woman doing?
The WNBA is in a tough spot now. They need to honor their legends while backing their rising stars. It's not just about Swoops and Clark anymore. It's about the future of women's basketball. How they handle this could set the tone for years to come.
Is growing. And all these women, I'm glad that some of the women, I wish that a lot of the women could have been in and benefited from it. Because they don't make nearly, I think the highest salary you can make is $250,000. Well, those women, the Cheryl Swoops and the Candace Parkers, I don't think they were ever in line to make that kind of money.
Right.
And it's only going up from here.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty, girl. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Oh, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes. Listen, what she's accomplished, give her flowers. Stop being petty, all you women out there. She got y'all ass charters. She bringing all y'all this money to the table, but y'all being petty like dudes.
Charles isn't just throwing shade. He's got a game plan for the NBA's future, and it's surprising for an NBA legend. But here's the kicker. It might be exactly what women's basketball needs right now.